Good morning, students. This is your teacher Neela Mehlawat, and today we'll continue with the same topic, that is understanding the properties of acids and bases. Yesterday we have talked about 3 activities, isn't it? We have done 3 activities. Now today we'll start with activity number 2.4. Okay, this will be the activity number 2.4. We'll start with this. Now coming to this activity. Students, these activities of this chapter, they are very, very important. Any activity could be asked. So you have to be very particular regarding the activities, their diagrams and their observations. Okay. So you write all and very well draw the diagrams with pencil. Label them properly, right? So this is your activity number 2.4. In this activity, first of all, we'll take the granulated zinc metal, right? We will have a test tube. In the test tube, we will have zinc. So we'll have zinc, granules of zinc. Okay. Second is, we will add 2 ml of sodium hydroxide. So what is the formula of sodium hydroxide? It is NaOH. So what is the formula? NaOH. So we have added zinc and then we have added sodium hydroxide, right? What we have done? We have taken zinc granules and we have added sodium hydroxide. Now next, what will we do? We'll warm the contents. Okay, we'll warm the contents. So 3 steps. We'll take zinc metal, then we'll add 2 ml of sodium hydroxide and then we'll warm the contents. When we warm the contents, we will observe that a gas has been released. So we'll write the observations that we'll observe. Gas is released. Okay, gas is released. Now which gas it is? It will be hydrogen gas. So you will release hydrogen gas. The reaction will release hydrogen gas. Then we'll pass the hydrogen gas through soap solution as we had done yesterday. So we'll pass this through the soap solution. Now when we pass it through the soap solution, again we will observe bubbles will be formed. Okay, so bubbles will be formed. This is your third observation, right? Bubbles will be formed. Okay. Now what will we do? What we had done yesterday? We'll bring a burning candle near to the bubble. The bubble will burst and the candle will burn with pop sound. Okay. So the fourth observation is, what will happen? What will happen? We'll bring burning candle near the bubble. And the candle will burn with pop sound. So you have to write one more line, that is, when the candle will burn with pop sound. Okay, the candle will burn with pop sound. Now let's take the reaction. What will happen when we add zinc with NaOH? Okay, when we add zinc with NaOH, the sodium, just look at the metals, zinc and sodium, they are both. Which one is more reactive? We have talked about the reactivity series, if you remember, in chapter 1. If you remember, please stop calling my African zebra in Latin class. You remember? So tell me, which one is more reactive, sodium or zinc? Obviously, sodium is more reactive. So sodium, then you will have zinc and then oxygen. So it will result in the formation of sodium zincate. It will result in the formation of sodium zincate and hydrogen gas will be released, and we can test the presence of this gas with the help of the activity that we have done. That is, we know that a gas is released and that gas is hydrogen gas. We'll pass the hydrogen gas through soap solution. Bubbles will be formed. We will bring a burning candle near to the bubble and the candle will burn with pop sound. Okay. This pop sound is particular for hydrogen gas only. This pop sound is particular for hydrogen gas only. Okay? Okay. Let's start with another activity, that is activity 2.5. These activity I have taken from your NCERT only, students. So you got to underline in your NCERT as well. Okay. So the activity is, how do metal carbonates and metal hydrogen कार्बोनेट्स रिएक्ट विद ईच अदर. तो यहाँ हमें दो रिएक्शंस की बात करनी है, दो चीज़ें हैं, एक मेटल कार्बोनेट और दूसरा है मेटल हाइड्रोजन कार्बोनेट. ओके, सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल विल टेक 2 टेस्ट ट्यूब्स एंड वी विल लेबल देम एज ए एंड बी. हमने 2 टेस्ट ट्यूब लिए हैं, उन्हें ए और बी लेबल किया है. राइट, सपोज वी हैव दिस टेस्ट ट्यूब एंड सेकेंड वी हैव दिस टेस्ट ट्यूब. राइट, in 8 we'll label this as A, we'll label this as B. Now what will we do? We'll add sodium carbonate to test tube A. Here we will add sodium carbonate. यहाँ पर हम sodium carbonate add करेंगे. Okay? और यहाँ पर हम sodium hydrogen carbonate को add करेंगे. Right? What will we add? Sodium hydrogen carbonate. Okay, again I am repeating, we have taken 2 test tubes, we will label them as A and B. Then we will add in the first sodium carbonate and in the test tube B we will add sodium hydrogen carbonate. Now we will add 2 ml of HCl to both test tube. हम दोनों test tube में अब HCl add करेंगे. ठीक है, and we will observe what happens. अब हम observe करेंगे कि क्या होगा. ठीक है, let's rub it and then we'll see, look at the diagram. We'll again see that at the diagram, look at the diagram which is there. So in the diagram you see again we have this sodium carbonate there. We have taken a test tube A. So we're discussing test tube A. Okay, so we have, what do we have? Sodium carbonate, hydrochloric acid, that is HCl. So दो चीज़ें हमारे पास टेस्ट ट्यूब में है, एक सोडियम कार्बोनेट है और HCl है. ठीक है, अब ये दोनों आपस में रिएक्ट करेंगे. अच्छा, ऊपर हमने कॉक लगा दिया है सो दैट वट एवर गैस इज प्रोड्यूस्ड दैट कैन बी पास्ड थ्रू द डिलीवरी ट्यूब इनटू द टेस्ट ट्यूब, अनदर टेस्ट ट्यूब विच हैज़ कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड. ठीक है, तो ये सेटअप हमारा रेडी है. टेस्ट ट्यूब है, टेस्ट ट्यूब में सोडियम कार्बोनेट है और HCl है. हमने ऊपर कॉक लगा रखी है कि जब ये दोनों रिएक्ट करेंगे तो जो गैस प्रोड्यूस होगी वो डिलीवरी ट्यूब से इस टेस्ट ट्यूब में जाएगी एंड दिस टेस्ट ट्यूब है कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड. ओके, दिस टेस्ट ट्यूब हैज कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड. नाउ लेट्स सी व्हाट वी ऑब्जर्व. ओके, अब हम देखते हैं कि हम क्या ऑब्जर्व करते हैं. नाउ वी हैव 2 थिंग्स, HCl एंड सोडियम कार्बोनेट. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, नाउ देखिए फर्स्ट टेस्ट ट्यूब में क्या होगा, हमारे पास सोडियम कार्बोनेट है और हमारे पास HCl है. So we will the gas which is produced is CO2. कौन सी गैस प्रोड्यूस होगी? CO2. Okay. Now this gas we will pass through lime water. Okay. This gas we will pass through the lime water. जो हमारी दूसरी टेस्ट ट्यूब हमने इन्वर्टेड करके लगा रखी है उसमें लाइम वाटर है. You just look at this. This contains lime water. Okay. So गैस CO2 प्रोड्यूस होगी, यहाँ से वो CO2 गैस पास होगी और हम उसे कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड में पास करेंगे. तो जैसे ही हम कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड में पास करेंगे दिस विल चेंज इनटू कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट. ओके, मीन्स द लाइम वाटर विल टर्न मिल्की. जो हम ऑब्जर्व करेंगे वो ये कि द लाइम वाटर विल टर्न मिल्की. ओके, दिस इज इन टेस्ट ट्यूब A. Right? In second test tube we have NaHCO3 plus HCl. Again we observe that the CO2 gas is produced. So दोनों में हमारा reaction same है. You can see the products are also same. Whether it is sodium carbonate, whether it is sodium bicarbonate, the products are same and hydrogen gas is released. We will collect this gas and we will pass it through the lime water and the lime water will turn milky. तो आपका जो lime water है वो milky हो जाएगा. Milky जो होने का रिएक्शन है इसका मतलब इट इज़ ओनली CO2 गैस. सो हाइड्रोजन गैस हमारी पॉप साउंड देती है जब हम बर्निंग कैंडल लेकर आते हैं और CO2 गैस लाइम वाटर को मिल्की बनाती है. कोई और गैस ऐसा नहीं करेगी. ओके, only CO2 gas will turn the lime water milky. So what we observe? What is our observation? Our first observation is, what is our first observation? That CO2 gas is produced. This is your first observation, that CO2 gas is produced. Okay. Second, the lime water will turn milky. Second observation will be, the lime water will turn milky. Okay. Okay. Now this activity is very, very important. You can star over this activity. This activity is very important. Now coming to the next part. This calcium carbonate which has been formed, जब हमने lime water में से CO2 पास की तो calcium carbonate बनता है. ठीक है. Calcium carbonate आपको पता है क्या होता है? हमारे घरों में जो हम मार्बल यूज़ करते हैं, that is calcium carbonate. So हमारे घर में जो मार्बल है, that is चौक जो होता है, that is again calcium carbonate. Limestone is also calcium carbonate. इसके अलावा एग्स की जो शेल होती है, एग्स शेल, that is also made up of calcium carbonate. That is also made up of calcium carbonate. Okay, कभी कभी स्टूडेंट्स रिवर्स करके क्वेश्चन पूछ लेते हैं. क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं, what will happen if we add HCl on egg shells? अगर हम HCl डाल देते हैं एग शेल्स पर तो क्या होगा? Okay, so this kind of question can also come. So egg shells basically किसकी बनी है? Calcium carbonate की. They are made up of calcium carbonate. Okay, they are made up of calcium carbonate. So same reaction होगा. HCl will react with calcium carbonate and it will produce CO2. So CO2 gas produce होगी. ठीक है? Is it clear? Okay, तो same reaction होगा. Let's rub it. Now इस रिएक्शन को हम जनरलाइज्ड वे में याद कर सकते हैं. That is metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate. Whenever they react with an acid, they will form salt, carbon dioxide and water. So this will be your general reaction. This will be your general reaction. Okay, so you can easily remember this. Now today's last activity, that is activity number 2.6. Okay, this is your activity number 2.6. Now in this activity what we'll do, we'll have a test tube. Okay, we'll have a test tube. In test tube we will add NaOH. क्या ऐड करेंगे हम? NaOH. कितना? 2 ml. So we will add 2 ml of NaOH. In this we will add 2 drops of phenolphthalein solution. याद है dear students, what is phenolphthalein? Phenolphthalein is an indicator. Okay, phenolphthalein is an indicator. phenolphthalein को जब हम एसिड में डालते हैं तो वो कलरलेस रहता है. एंड phenolphthalein को जब हम बेस में डालते हैं, it turns pink. Okay, so NaOH. What is NaOH? Is it base or an acid? देखिए इसमें OH मौजूद है, OH. So it is a base. So जब हम phenolphthalein डालेंगे, what will be the color? What will be the color of the solution? Right, it will turn pink. It will turn pink. So the solution will turn pink. Okay. So we can write here also, if you look at your activity, यहाँ पर देखिए color पूछा गया है. What is the color of the solution? So the color of the solution is pink. Now add HCl to it. अब हम क्या कर रहे हैं कि उसके अंदर HCl ऐड कर रहे हैं. ठीक है. पहले कौन सा था? NaOH. NaOH is a base. अब हम उसके अंदर एसिड ऐड कर रहे हैं. ठीक है. एसिड ऐड करेंगे तो क्या होगा? कलर लाइट होता चला जाएगा. एंड अ स्टेज विल बी रीच जब एसिड ज़्यादा होगा. टेस्ट ट्यूब के अंदर जब हम HCl ऐड कर रहे हैं तो अभी क्या है? HCl कम है, NaOH ज़्यादा है, तो कलर पिंक रहेगा. धीरे धीरे जैसे जैसे हम ऐड कर रहे हैं HCl की क्वांटिटी ज़्यादा हो जाएगी, NaOH की क्वांटिटी कम हो जाएगी. So the solution will become colorless, isn't it? The solution will become colorless. जैसे ही हमारा solution colorless हो गया, now we are adding NaOH. अब हम उसमें NaOH ऐड कर रहे हैं. फिर क्या होगा? Again the solution will become pink. Okay. सो अगर सोल्यूशन के अंदर एसिड ज़्यादा है तो सोल्यूशन विल बी कलरलेस. इफ अगर base is more, then the solution will be pink in color. Right? Clear? Is it clear to everyone? Okay. So what happens if we HCl and NaOH को अगर हम रिएक्ट कराते हैं, अगर हम दोनों को आपस में रिएक्ट कराते हैं, this is your acid and this is your base. So what happens when an acid reacts with a base? Let's see this reaction. अगर हमारे पास एसिड है, HCl है, प्लस हमारे पास NaOH है, so what will happen? Again you compare NaOH with HCl. Na को OH से H के साथ कंपेयर करिए. Na is more reactive, so we will have NaCl plus water. We will have this product, that is NaCl will be formed, your salt will be formed. जो आप घर में नमक खाते हैं वो बन जाएगा. सो यहाँ पर देखिए आपका एसिड और बेस आपस में रिएक्ट कर रहे हैं. दिस इज़ एन एसिड, दिस इज़ अ बेस. ये दोनों एक दूसरे के इफ़ेक्ट को कैंसिल करते हैं, राइट? दे कैंसिल द इफ़ेक्ट ऑफ ईच अदर. सो दिस रिएक्शन इज कॉल्ड न्यूट्रलाइजेशन रिएक्शन. दिस रिएक्शन इज कॉल्ड neutralization reaction. So what is a neutralization reaction? A reaction between an acid and a base. A reaction between an acid and a base. Okay. Let's summarize this. The reaction between an acid and a base to give salt and water is called a neutralization reaction. That is, base plus acid will give you salt and water. And this is your example. That is NaOH plus HCl will give you NaCl plus water. Now instead of this we can take another base or acid also. Like suppose if we have NaOH but हम HCl नहीं लेना चाहते, let's take it H2SO4. हम दूसरा acid ले लेते हैं H2SO4. Again you will find same will be formed. What will be formed? बताइए क्या बनेगा? Na और H2 को कंपेयर करिए. Again you will have Na2SO4. You will have Na2SO4. Okay, Na2SO4 plus water. So in this case the salt is sodium sulfate, Na2SO4. Okay, and plus water. So you can have another reaction also. This is your second reaction, right? Okay students, so what is neutralization reaction? The reaction between acid and base to produce salt and water is called neutralization reaction, right? Okay. So you will write these activities, you will make diagrams wherever they are given, and you will underline in your book also. Okay. So the homework is that you will prepare notes of this topic. You will read the page numbers 20 to 21 and you will underline, and in your notebook you will mention, you will write whichever activities they are important. Okay dear students? Okay everyone.